To Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, live at the HCCTV studios. Good to have you with us. Hey, it's hashtag Finally Friday. Got a lot of special things coming up for you at the from the studio on this Friday. You know, I'm a little bit off this morning because up a little bit late last night because we got to say, go Cougs. Way to go last night, going on to the Elite Eight, one of our biggest partners here with HCC, the University of Houston, and congratulations to their men's basketball team. I've got a special co-host joining me this morning, Mr. Parrish Murphy, one of our newest HCCTV team members, and he's joining us live from Studio A. I'm in Studio B, so technology is wonderful, isn't it, Parrish? Well, your mic is off, though. Let's see if we can get it unmuted over there. Nope, still no mic. Let's see.
How about now?
We got it. There we go.
All right, there we go.
Technology is wonderful technology is wonderful when it works.
Mm-hmm. Boss throwing shade. I'm in Studio A, you're in Studio B, you're throwing shade. That's all right. Glad to be here, Todd. Glad to be here.
Good to see you. Did you get a chance to watch the Cougars last night?
Yes, I watched some of the Cougars last night, and they were outstanding. I figured, they would be competitive. Kelvin Sampson is a very good coach, and this particular team he has plays defense extremely well.
He does. It plays very, very well. And we're going to talk more about that later in the show. First off, thanks to those of you watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. And for those of you who missed the broadcast, our live stream, you can also watch us on HCC TV at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. And Parrish, they can find us anytime in social media.
Absolutely. They can catch us Houston Community College District Facebook page, YouTube, and also on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And of course, we're on HCC TV at noon, 5 and 10 p.m.
All right, Parrish, stick around because you'll be talking to this next guest. We've got a guest from our rec sports department, Tiffany Lane. Tiffany is the program director. Tiffany, congratulations on the position. You were talking before the show. This is a new position or it's something you're revisiting. Explain it real quickly. Your mic's muted too. Let's see.
Got it. Sorry.
There we go. That's all right.
Hello, everyone. Yes. So I am new to the role at HCC Program Director of Recreational Sports. However, I'm not new to HCC.
Right.
I was a recreational sports specialist from 2012 to 2015. I did leave HCC for a short time and I'm back ready to head this program.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing from you. So stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes. We mentioned earlier, it's Finally Friday. We're always happy about that, but it's also Film Friday. And we've got Mykle McCoslin, an actor, writer, and acting coach, and also the president of the Houston Austin local SAG AFTRA. Good morning to you, Mykle. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm great. Thank you. I haven't had breakfast yet, so my tummy's grumbling yet. Y'all don't.
Well, we drink a lot of coffee around here, so that seems to be the breakfast of champions, at least in the TV world. But we appreciate you joining us. We know this is a very special time of year because it's award season.
Yes, it is. We just had our SAG Awards a couple weeks ago, and the Sunday is Oscar Sunday. So a lot of buzz in the air and excitement and last minute catching up on films that we haven't seen yet for the big night.
That's right. And the big night is this Sunday, correct?
Yes, this Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday. All right. We're going to talk more about that in a second. First off, tell us what got you involved with acting.
Well, I had an amazing grandmother. Her name was Elvis, and she named me Mykle, and that's a whole different story. My grandma Elvis.
Her name was Elvis? Wait.
Was Elvis, yeah.
Elvis. No, who has a grandmother named Elvis? That's the coolest thing I think I've ever heard.
And she was the coolest thing, that she was just larger than life in this little small town called Doney, Texas, which is the smallest town in Texas with a bank. And I would go there ever since I was like 3 or 4, and she would just tell me stories and let me drive her big Monte Carlo car. And it was sort of like a Driving Miss Daisy and Thelma and Louise sort of. She wasn't the typical grandma that baked cookies. We drank Dr. Peppers and told stories, and
those are the coolest kind of grandmas. They really are.
So she's the one who got me started.
Well, let me ask you this. You're currently the president of the Houston-Austin SAG AFTRA local union. When you hear of SAG and AFTRA, you think Los Angeles, New York, that you really need to be in the unions if you're in the big cities. Why is it important to be involved locally in these chapters?
Well, I think of it more as you're a part of a national organization, which is what SAG-AFTRA is. But there are bases now. We have 25 locals in the United States because filming is happening everywhere. Back when I was at USC in California, it was like you had to be in Los Angeles or New York to become an actor, technically. But with the advent of social media and self-taping everything, you can literally live anywhere, which a lot of celebrities do. And, there's tons of work in Dallas and Austin, Atlanta, New Orleans. So yeah, it's sort of a great time to be an actor right now because you can literally live anywhere, tape your auditions, and then fly to shoot wherever you have to be.
Being in Texas, though, do you find a lot of the productions are strictly hiring actors from SAG or AFTRA as opposed to just hiring anybody without any type of affiliation? Why is it important to hire the union actors?
Right. A lot of the projects that film in Houston take advantage of the tax rebates that we offer, which is a great incentive. 70% of the actors have to be union. So Texas is a right to work state. And a lot of actors say, well, I want to stay non-union. And then if I have to join. But in my opinion, the union actors, they're the best in the business. You don't want to worry about, is this actor going to be able to, produce and on the day of shooting. So you want to hire those actors that are trained and talented and union, and there's no reason that you shouldn't become a union actor,
We have a lot of students here at HCC who are studying filmmaking. A lot of them work for us here at HCC. My director over there is nodding his head. Yeah, he's one that's one of the students. What does the market look like right now for our students who are looking to get out there? I know we have a number of our professors who are filmmakers who bring them on. But is it a blossoming market? Is it getting strong after COVID? And do you see more of it coming to Houston because of those tax incentives that you mentioned?
I say yes, and yes. We have the infrastructure here. The talent is here, and those, people that are just graduating, they have this buzz and this energy about them, and they should utilize, the projects that are happening here in Austin or Dallas, and creating their own projects, which is something that I wanted to mention there. With SAG-AFTRA, you can hire, if it's a student film, you can hire union talent for your projects. There's a contract for that. And so you shouldn't let the fear of not having enough money or, I can only hire non-union actors. No, we want to work with student filmmakers and crew because you guys are the next generation. And so the collaboration is inevitable and we want that and we seek that. So yeah, don't fear.
Do you see, I know we also have a very strong, like the Houston Film Commission. Alfred Cervantes has been on the show several times. I've known him for many, many years. Do you find that it's just that also the public, the market, the way we're structured in the city is more friendly to filmmakers than if you go to a larger LA or New York?
Yeah,
we seem to want to make it happen.
Yes, absolutely. And I just saw Alfred actually at South by Southwest. He's great. And I'm so excited every time I see him because Alfred just loves Houston and filmmakers. But yeah, back to your question, the infrastructure and the people here, the talent, the crew, there's something friendly about working in Texas, working in Houston. Producers know that. They come to our state because of that friendliness. And not to say that you don't find that in Los Angeles or New York or Atlanta. But Texas has a different way of doing things. And we sort of invite people in just naturally. So when big celebrities come in, they want to film in Texas. And a lot of them end up moving here because there's something in our water, I guess you could say.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and it's home. It's a home feeling. And we're blessed to have that.
You mentioned South by Southwest. They had to take a hiatus for a while because of COVID. How was that back in person again?
It was insane. The last one I attended was in 2019, and I hadn't been in 3 years, which I didn't realize it was that long. And I took 100 business cards and I gave them all out. I was like on speed or something. I was like, Yeah, it was, I had 3 years to make up for it, but it was great to see everyone. And, mask mandates were required in the screening rooms and in the convention center, but at the mixers, we all didn't wear masks, and I didn't feel not safe or anything. So, but it was great just to make that connection again. And people were like really friendly and really huggy. And I think we're going back to normal, but it's going to be a new normal, but not the normal that we saw in 2020. That was crazy normal. People are ready to just be with one another again. And that social aspect that we were missing was definitely there at South by this year.
Okay, the Oscars are this Sunday.
Yes.
You're excited about that. Do you have a prediction you want to make? Your favorite film or favorite thing
favorite film is going to go to Coda.
Okay.
If you guys haven't seen that, it's an Apple film and about a child whose parents are deaf. And it's a beautiful story, coming of age story. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend going to see that as soon as possible. It has everything that a movie is supposed to have that inspires you and makes you hopeful for the future. Jessica Chastain, I think hands down, is going to win the Oscar. I think this is her year for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. She was phenomenal in it. I don't know if you saw it.
I like that movie. I did see that movie. Yeah, I went to see it with the 1 or 2 weekends. It was in the theater. Yeah. I went and saw that. It was a good movie, though. Mykle, we appreciate you being here. Mykle McCoslin with SAG-AFTRA. Once again, thank you for being here for Film Friday, and continued success. We'd love to see you here again.
All right. Awesome. You guys have a great day, and happy Oscar Sunday.
Happy Oscar Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Parrish, I know you'll be watching the Oscars this weekend, maybe on Sunday, but first things first, we're going to talk a little sports, and you've got a special guest from our rec sports.
Yes, I do. I have Miss Tiffany Lane, who is the new program director for HCC Recreational Sports. Tiffany, how you doing, Miss Lane?
I'm doing well. Parrish, how are you?
I'm doing good. I've seen you before. You're not new to HCC. You've been at HCC for a little while, haven't you?
Well, I started in this role in January of this year. Mm-hmm. And as I mentioned before, I was a rec specialist at HCC from 2012 to 2015. So just shy of 4 years.
Okay. Now, what does a rec specialist do? I know that you guys had sports at one time. One of my sons played basketball for you guys for a number of years. What exactly do you guys do?
Oh, man, it's so much stuff that we do. We wear a lot of hats. So we offer programming for our students who are interested in sports, fitness, wellness, outdoor adventures, you name it. If it's fitness and wellness, we do it. So we try to engage students to lead them into a healthy lifestyle, and also to help them learn transferable skills that they can use in the workforce or in their personal lives. So we just use sports and fitness to do that.
Wonderful. Okay. Now, what type of sports do you offer?
So we're talking about sports. Most people are talking about our club sports program, and those are our competitive teams where we compete against other colleges and universities locally, statewide, regionally, and sometimes nationally. Right. And those sports that we offer currently are baseball, men and women's basketball, co-ed tennis, so men and women's tennis, men and women's soccer, women's volleyball, and I probably missed one or two.
Softball?
Not yet. We're gonna try to add that to the list. So yeah, that's what we have right now. In the past, when I was here before, we also had a cycling program. We did handball. So there are a lot of different sports that we have had. We've done dance and cheer. So yeah.
So anything that involves body movement, you basically do. Right.
If there's an interest from our students and there's a way for them to be engaged, definitely. So it has to be an interest from our students. They do pay a $6 rec fee that we utilize to put on this programming.
Okay. Now, what are the requirements? Do you have to be a registered student at HCC to play?
You do. For our club sports, it is competitive. Like I said, you have to be enrolled in at least 6 credit hours and have a cumulative GPA of 2.0 and not be in academic suspension or be in good academic standing.
Okay. Now, the rec sports that you guys do, is that different from intramurals? What would be the difference?
So Great question. Great question. What a lot of people don't understand, recreational sports are in the higher education setting, it's collegiate recreation, and that is an umbrella term. So there is intramurals and extramurals in that. Intramurals is where our students compete internally against other HCC students. So we'll have a couple of those events coming up soon where students from any HCC campus can then come in and compete. Extramurals are when our students will get a chance to compete against other colleges and universities, but it's in a rec setting. And so that's the difference between intramurals and club sports. And then there's no requirements or stipulations for students to play except for being a current HCC student.
Okay. Now, what are some of the spring events you guys have coming up?
So we have system-wide, in which I'm responsible for system-wide programming as well as club sports. System-wide on April 1st, we're going to have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament at our central campus in the gym. It's going to start at 10 a.m. So if you're interested in basketball, please sign up, show up, and have a good time. We're recruiting to see if we can get a team together for a co-ed soccer tournament that will take place on April 8th. If we have a team, we'll enter our team. And then on April 9th, which is a Saturday at 10 a.m. at our Stafford campus, we will be hosting a 7-on-7 soccer tournament. All of those are co-ed. So it doesn't matter at what skill level you are. If you are interested, come out, have a good time. And some of our campuses also have some events. So like our Northwest campus, they will have, they're hosting a blood drive next week, March 28th, 30th, and 31st. The 28th, they'll be at A-Leaf Hayes. The 30th will be at Katy in the Cyber Lounge. The 31st will be at Spring Branch.
Okay. Now, I'm told the grand prize for your basketball 3-on-3 tournament are 2 Rockets tickets to the Rockets and the Hawks.
It won't be each student that participates on the team will get 1 ticket, but it will be to that game. Yes.
Okay. That's a good prize.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Okay. All right. I'd come out there, but my HMO is not paid up, and it's not ready for that. No.
I'm working on 2 ACL reconstructions, so you can come on out there with me.
You're my hero, and I'm going to cheer for you. But that's as deep as it's going to get. I believe it's staying in my lane. I believe there's an expiration date for everything. And you know
no, there's no.
I'll stay active. I'll stay active, and I'm getting back into working out. But
gotcha.
I'm not trying to run up and down the court with some 20-year-old. No.
We're gonna have a 40 and over league. How about that?
Really? Great. So you threw the old guys at me, right? Okay. That's fine. I'll take it. We can do a staff and employee event. That sounds good. And we won't tape it, by the way.
Right.
Sounds good. Now, you've been doing this a relatively short time. How has COVID impacted what you guys were doing?
Oh, COVID has impacted us a great deal. I am coming from a different institution, so I do understand how it's affected us. We haven't engaged in our sports programs since the shutdown in 2020. We're trying to re-engage our students, and that can be challenging, especially if all of our students are not on campus and we're not getting that foot traffic that we are accustomed to. So it's just a matter of trying to recruit and get those programs back going. Hopefully we can get those students who are ready to be active and compete again. We do have interest. I just want you to know that we are planning to have a great time, especially coming up in the fall semester. Okay.
Now, do you have rec specialists on each particular campus and you're over all of them? How does that, explain that to me?
Yeah. So, the rec specialists do not report directly to me. They report to their respective campus. There is supposed to be a rec specialist at each of the colleges in the system, in the district. Currently, we are 3 shy. So we only have one. We have one at Coleman. His name is Junior Garcia. He joined us last month. And then we have one at Northwest. His name is Jared Dalpy. And he joined us last month as well. And we have a rec specialist at Southwest. His name is Roy Byers. He's been here, I believe, since 2016. He started like right after I left after my first term here. So I do know that Central, Northeast, and Southeast are in the hiring process. So hopefully they'll have someone in place here in a few months.
Okay. Now, what's the forecast for the club sports returning?
Our forecast is for fall semester. Okay. We were able to, because I started in January, and a lot of the basketball against soccer leagues that we compete in start in February, early February. There was just no way for me to get teams together by then. We were able to get our tennis program up and running because they started in March. So our tennis team hasn't had an opportunity to compete this semester, but we're going to go full-fledged in the fall unless something happens again.
Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing all of those things, and let us know, when you guys have a big event or a tournament or something like that, we'd definitely love to come out there and cover it for you guys. So don't be a stranger, Tiffany.
Definitely will. We love the support. I know our students would love to be on TV and show their skills. Okay.
That's not a problem for us. Now, before I let you go, what is your vision for the future of this? I know you just got in. I'm not asking you to be Yoda. All I want to know is what you're looking forward to as far as the further development of this program.
Well, we're looking for a greater engagement. We want as many students to participate and be engaged in recreational sports because I believe that it enhances their academic experience at HCC. I like to think, I went to community college. I got an associate's degree, and I also went to a 4-year institution. I want our students at the community college level to have a similar experience that they would have at a 4-year institution for 2 reasons. If they transfer, they know what to expect out of a rec sports experience, right? And if they don't transfer, they're here just for a workforce or a certificate. They've had a similar experience that they would have at a 4-year. So they don't seem like they are missing out on the collegiate experience. So we're going to do that. We're going to develop students. I want to collaborate with different departments so our students can learn and be engaged and be prepared for whatever their future goals are.
Good. Well, how do they sign up if a student is interested in signing up for recreational sports or any of the other things that you have?
So we promote our programs on Eagle Experience, which is our student engagement platform that can be found on the website at hccs.com /rec sports. We're on social media, Facebook and Instagram, HCCS Rec Sports, and then they can email us at sports@hccs.edu.
All right. Tiffany Lane, Program Director of HCC Recreational Sports. Thanks for coming by, and don't be a stranger. Come by the studio when you get an opportunity.
Will do. Definitely do.
Absolutely. Love to meet you. Thanks again.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, Parrish and Tiffany. We've got a few announcements. I want to skip down to a few just for the sake of time. I want to talk about the HERF funding coming to an ending because you have to, if you are a student who did not receive previous rounds of the Higher Education Emergency Relief Funding, known as HERF, then you can apply, but you have to get that application in, let's see. The deadline to complete the form is April 1st, 2022, and the funds will be distributed the week of April the 6th. This is your last chance. There's no more rounds right now unless Congress gives us some more money. But right now, HCC got a lot of money. There's still money available for students who did not receive the first round. And we also want to talk about the spring transfer fairs, Parrish, because they're happening and they're starting very soon.
The spring transfer, yes. And also it starts actually the spring of 2022. The transfer fairs begin in April, and you can see on the schedule, the district Facebook page to find out which things are going to be back on campus and which things are going to be in person. And that's after they postponed it. I think they postponed everything in February.
Yeah, they did so they could get them back in person because they've been having them virtual for the past couple of years. So now they're going to be back in person and virtual as well. So opening April the 4th, check our Facebook page for more information. Okay, there's a math summit. I know you're a fan of math. Well, check this out. The Math Summit, the Math Department's all-faculty summit with guest speakers and groundbreaking content will be happening. It's scheduled to happen Saturday, April the 9th from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. It's virtual in Teams. We'll have some information for all of these announcements in our social media post after the show. Okay, summer registration is open right now. You can register for the summer. You can register for the fall. Not yet, but you can see the registration schedule. The schedule for our classes on April the 11th. April the 18th is priority registrations for our veterans and those in the Eagle Promise program. And April 25th, everyone can register. One place to go, hccs.edu/apply to register today. Okay, Parrish, you said you saw the Houston Cougars last night. Real quickly, what did you think? And do you think we're going to see them I know what my answer is going to be.
You're a homer.
No, I really think there's something special about this team. There is something, they should have not gone this far. They lost their two main stars early in the season before conference play. Here they are, Elite Eight. I really think they're going all the way this year. I don't think there's any stopping them.
You know what? You might have a point. They play very well together. They're a very good team, and they play very well defensively. That's the thing that's gotten them over the hump. Gonzaga got beat last night too, and they did the same thing that Arkansas did. What they did was they took them out of rhythm with a lot of things that they want to do. A lot of these teams are really, really comfortable playing the way that they play, and a lot of people are intimidated. But now you look at the advent of a lot of these teams, a lot of these kids are one and done, but these teams that have kids with tenure that stay, they tend to be a little bit more mature. They tend to be a little bit better defensively. And I think you're seeing that. Kevin Sampson is a very, very, very good coach. He recruits very well, and he's outstanding. And this team is playing together. And when you have a basketball team that plays as a unit together like this, the sky's the limit. I'm not surprised they beat Arizona, to be quite honest. And they were probably one of the best offensive teams in the tournament. I wouldn't be surprised. They can beat Duke. I mean, they're that good. I think that they are. They're not intimidated by anybody, and you have to play them.
They'll play anyone.
And you look at what happened in the championship last year when Baylor won. Look at what they did. They bullied them. They pushed those guys around, at Gonzaga. Yeah. And you know what? And they're doing the same thing. These guys play tough defense, and the sky's the limit for them. If they keep hitting shots, sky's the limit.
One of the best things I saw last weekend when they talked to Coach Kelvin Sampson right after they won on Sunday, and he said something very important. He said, most people talk about the blossoming of the tree. He says, what we're doing here at U of H in this program is we're watering the roots. We're building the program for the future so that we can continue with success and with the character and where we want to go with this, and that's the reason why this is one of the best coaches. And it's great that he's not going anywhere. Parrish, we're running out of time. Real quickly, let's tell people what's going on Monday.
Monday, we actually have one of my favorite people that will be here, and she will be talking about Dr. Q. She will be talking about mental health. It'll be Mental Health Mondays, and she will talk about mental health amongst people as well as athletes and things of that nature. So she's going to be fun. You hadn't met Dr. Q yet. You're going to love her. She's great.
I have not met Dr. Q. I'm glad you know her. We'll be talking with her on Monday. A lot more coming up next week. Hopefully when we get back, we'll talk about another Houston Cougars win. But one thing,
I think we will. I honestly think we will.
I think so.
They play good defense.
All right, Parrish, thank you for being here. Great job, first show. We'll see all of you next Monday morning right here, 10 a.m. live for Up to the Minute.